this this trade, how we are able to get all these trades and these entries direct. So um I'm not here to show you the best strategy ever, maybe 100% strategy that will help you. No, I'm not here to show you that one. I'm only here to show you how what works on my own trading view. If it doesn't work out on my own trading view, that one is left. Let me show you confirmation first for the first entries before we keep going to the what to the other side of it. The first entries why I'm on my WhatsApp is I want to make sure that the first entries is being reviewed. You get what I'm saying? So here is the first entries on BTC. First entries, see the confirmation. So second entries, we have that one on the group because I didn't post the first entries on the group. Second entries, we have that shade on the group, which is here is the second entries also. So the last entries is what we are having today, and you can see how the market is still playing out for the third entries. So with that being said like that, let's go down to the video tutorial on how all these things come to life. So with that being said, I started from what? From the daily time frame. Starting from the daily time frame shows me a very nice perspective of the market and what the market can do and how the market is able to do what it does in a minute and in a second. And anyway, starting from there, I have to identify what highs of the market and the lows that we have in the market currently. Here is the highs, the higher one. You get what I'm saying? And here is the lows that we break out of. Sorry, we break out of these highs. Let me bring it properly. Let's bring it to at least 4. So we break out of this high. Then the next level we have here is we are creating higher high, higher lows after the last big, the last range was being taken out. So with that being said like that, I have to do what? I have to look for my trend lines direct. Number one, I have to look for my trend lines direct. You apply your trend lines. I didn't go to the 1 month time frame because I already know what these time frames are telling me direct. So with that being said, we have this trend line, first daily trend line, which gives me higher highs and what first touch here. We have the second touch, then we put to the upside, have the third touch. And you remember in the market tricks, in anything of forex industry, the third touch, you get what I'm saying? Third touch of the market always does the trick, which is be careful, make sure you watch out. You get what I'm saying? Watch out for the third touch of the market. Currently, we are on BTC, so don't let that one slide like that. We are on BTC trade. So once I see this BTC trade from this angle, the next thing I have to apply, once I've read the market higher highs and higher lows from the daily time frame, I need to now apply my support and resistance, which is some of you guys said demand zone, and also you might said supply and demand, whatsoever you want to call it. So here is my own supply and demand for this trend currently here, and I'm going to break it down on how this setup, the first entries, second entries, third entries was being found. Well, it was very crazy though. BTC is very crazy though because BTC is a very very good pair. Actually, it's a very good pair. If you only stick on BTC and gold, it's very very profitable pairs like that. So with that being said, I can be able to see a chart pattern also forming on the 4 hour. The 4 hour is always used for chart pattern for entries. Believe me or not, chart patterns work like magic. With that being said, we have this what we have this personal. This is what they call double bottom, which is sliding double bottom. I was looking for the perfect name for it, but it's sliding double bottom because it was not the perfect double bottom everyone knows. So this is a sliding double bottom. Here is where the first entries was getting from, second entries, then now the third entries. So I'll be able to shape those entries into pieces in your front so that when next setup like this are taking place in the market, you will be able to do it. You will be able to jump into it directly. So this is where I was able to see what my first entries on what on the 1 hour time frame. That is where you go down on the 1 hour time frame to look at your obvious support and resistance levels. So with that being said, let me get this color to at least, let's bring this color down to green color or something. No, give me blue color and light it a little bit. Light it a little bit for me, boy. Yeah, so that one there should be more thicker. Here is where we find the entries. You get what I'm saying? We see what we see this move to the upside, breaking this what breaking this last eyes that is above here. Break it with just a pin. After breaking these eyes, we have a retest. Retest, there is where the first entries must be taken out. And if you want to learn more about this, I will want you to be more patient because there are many secrets before I take these deep entries that you are seeing. I didn't just see them on 1 hour. I also dive down to what to 15 minutes time frame. That is when you guys can call me, you know, they will call you trader a crazy trader for seeing deeper inside. I didn't just see them, I just do what I apply them direct. And this is what this is a flag pattern. A flag pattern is what I used in these first entries. To be sincere, flag patterns, and you are having the next one also should be what? Should be also a flag pattern. The next one also was a what? Was a flag pattern to the downside. But with that being said, there is another pattern showing itself here. You get what I'm saying? Which is 15 minutes. 15 minutes is where you come down to and you now start using chart patterns for what? For playing games. And we are having a range also on 15 minutes for the third entries, which you are currently seeing how the third entries is playing out right now in your front. So the third entries too is also a what? A break up, a breakout and a retest, which on the what? On the 15 minute also is giving us with what? Sliding double bottom on this area. So now we are expecting a break, a retest, then a continuation just like this to the upside. I hope you are able to understand the main reason why I'm able to do what take all this trade setup. It's not that it's just a magic. There is nothing magical there. Everything just comes down to what? To the chart and the analysis that you are able to do. So with that being said like that, and there is one thing that everybody always battle with, which is psychology part for you to close trade, whereby you still know where the direction of the market is going, but you still close the trade. Those kind of mistakes are very, very common in what in this forex industry actually is very, very too common like that. So with that being said, you should know when to get out of the trade and when not to get out of the trade. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you'll be able to